Okay, so the queen of contemporary gospel, 60 years old. I saw that on the sheet. I had no clue because, you look a lot younger than a lot of these folks.
Thank
Now,
you.
I was talking recently at dinner with Madonna, who's 63,
Yes.
about ageism. How when you think about aging, even though you don't look it on the outside, lots full of life, what does aging mean to you?
Aging to me is, it's a natural progression. We get, as soon as we get here, we're aging, because we're going to do that for the rest of our lives. And I don't believe that there should be this stigma that after a certain age, you need to sit in the corner and be quiet. There's all this wisdom that I've gained over these years that I want to share with people, whether that's a podcast, whether that's talking to you one-on-one. That they may not know, and they may not get this information from anybody else because they may not be honest enough with them to let them know that there will be days when you are so high that it's like, oh, I can do any and everything that I want to do. I can accomplish this. I can, shoot to the moon. And then there will be those days, like you expressed earlier, where grief, loss, all of these things happen to you. It doesn't mean that your life is over. It just means that you have to pivot and shift, understand the moment, grieve if you have to, cry if you have to, but know that this is not the end. And a lot of people want, after, 50 years old, to say, oh, my life is ended. Child, let me tell you how it's only getting started.
So where does that thought come from? Because I could tell you there's some 25-year-olds I know that are like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you ain't even lived long enough to talk about, oh my God.
Right.
So how do you keep that positive thought? And then secondly, how do you look so good?
Well,
Like what are your tricks?
Oh, there are no tricks. It's only real time stuff. First of all, you have to talk to yourself. And I know people won't, that sounds a little weird, but you have to talk to yourself, because sometimes you will say, I don't feel like getting up this morning. I don't feel like getting up this afternoon. I don't feel like getting up, and then you have to, wait a minute now. If I have breath in my body, if I'm blessed to have activity of all my limbs and they're working just fine, why wouldn't I get up?
Right.
Just do it for yourself. There are times when I just wake up and I get ready for the day, because I start my day off, definitely when I wake up, I am in a whole hour of gratitude.
Every day?
Every single day.
7 days a week?
Every single day. Let me tell you why.
For the whole first hour?
For the whole first hour. Because, okay, we know that spirituality is about relationship with God. You don't want to start off any relationship, well, my back was hurting and so on, so on, so. If that was a human, that person would be like, you know what, if I got to hear about that one more day. So I just think that God has such a great sense of humor. So I start off with an hour of gratitude. And then after that, I go to Pilates.
Every day?
Well, every day that I can.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because if I am not in Houston at my studio, what I do is I'll work out either at the hotel or in my hotel room. I have little gadgets and stuff that my trainer gives me. And I just do that because it makes me feel good. I am able to run miles because I take care of my body. I don't eat a lot of crazy stuff. I don't drink a lot of crazy stuff. I am not a real
a drink
dairy.
A gallon of water a day person though? Because people are, sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in water. They're like, drink another gallon. I don't even have it in me.
Well, and I am not a proponent that everybody needs to drink a gallon of water. If you drink a half a gallon of water and you're consuming watermelon, cantaloupe, things like that already contain water, I think your body uses those fruits and veggies even more than just the gallon of water. So I just think if you live your life in balance, because I'm very balanced, if you live your life in balance, it comes back with so many rewards. So yeah, and so the other things, no tricks though. The other things that
Because I have
do.
a trick. It's a dermatologist. He's
No. That's not a trick.
It's not?
No.
Well, it's some gadgets and some stuff we doing that's kind of tricky.
Well, here's the thing. If I love the microcurrents.
Yes, I do
because
that.
it keeps it keeps your skin plumped and your muscles all whatever. And I am not a full proponent of stuff that like fillers, because that stuff with gravity and all of that, it goes away and goes into different places. And I don't want I don't want another eyeball here. Or, no, I'm just kidding. Nothing against y'all that like that.
No, look, I have to tell you. So I got fillers. I did. But
see, you don't look like you have
no,
fillers.
I know. I have a derm king. The derm king out here. He does Angela. He does a lot of people. Because I was doing the show and the fans were saying, boy, Jason looks tired. I was like, they said I was tired on the day I had rested. But it was more about like me wanting to, feel fresh and just,
yes. And if you do it for you,
yeah,
that's fine.
But
don't do it for somebody else.
Yeah, because I'll get caught up in that, and then
yes.
the next time you come, my eye will be here.
No, I won't like that.
Well, don't let that happen.
We won't like that.
Okay, so I want to go back to nurturing. So on Sunday's Best, my favorite season was Leandra Johnson.
Yes.
And you were a judge.
Yes.
And did you know the minute she walked in and saying that she had the anointing? Because I kind of feel like Warren Campbell and Erica's church is at a school. When you walk in there, it's at a school, but the anointing is there. I can go there and feel it, but I can go to a church and not feel it.
Yes.
When she came in, did you know she had something special?
Well, in the interview portion, I was out of the country. Me and my team were out of the country doing a festival. And I came in when the actual taping started. And I think, who was there in my place? I think Kim may have been in my place because I was going to be out for 2 weeks. And then when I finally saw her, it was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Because you can't listen to her and not hear that she's been with God. And even in whatever she's dealt with in her life, that even validates it more that she's still here and she still wants to sing that, So, yeah.
It was good to see her story and see her win. And it's almost like you've been this guardian angel because and then I remember when she sung Marvin Sapp's song, you were standing off to the stage.
I was offside.
When she was singing. It was one of those things, we have a tendency to run. She was going on, and then you were up next, and she looked over and she was like, it's time to go. But even in the re-release of that song, she owned it.
Yes.
And she did a phenomenal job.
Yes, she did. And what people didn't see from the camera side is that I was back there saying, sing, Leandria, sing, Leandria. I just think that when you give people room enough to grow, they grow. I didn't get to the place that I am right now at 25. No one gets to this place without experience. And so the things that I've experienced in my life give me the compassion. They give me the forgiveness. They give me the tact to deal with people and see people who have said something derogatory or negative about me and not have to,
Nobody said nothing derogatory.
Oh, child, yes, they do.
No, they
child. Why she got that on? That's too close to her skin
but
color.
That's church people, though? That's not.
No, it could be anyone. And I don't want to just say church people because we can't just put all people in the church people box, because you have people who love God, who are not churchy people, and then you have church people who do it because of tradition. And if anything COVID taught us is that you have to have a relationship with God at your own house by yourself, especially when there's a quarantine going on.
And if you catch COVID and you ain't right, you better get right because he can call you home at any moment.
You are funny.
That's what COVID.
Oh my God.
No, COVID taught me. You better get it together because you could be walking around here 14 days later. All that judgment you had, now you at the gate locked out.